one even cares if you die alone. I don't even care if you die alone. I don't even care if you die alone.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. As you can tell by the title of this video, this will be my last video here on YouTube. The reason being, I've just lost motivation to film in the last, whenever my last video was, I think, which is almost 6 months ago. So that kind of tells you why. I have had a job change. I do have another child coming. I just can't see time for this in my future. I'll still be collecting, obviously, a lot. I will be posting like all my pickups and things like that on. I do have an Instagram channel, or not Instagram channel, an Instagram page. I will link that in the description below if anybody's interested. I will be leaving this channel up. I won't be deleting the content or anything like that. Just in the rare chance that I do come back later down the track. But yeah, as for now, I won't be doing any more videos. I did start this channel, I think, back in June of 2018, so I've been doing it for a bit over 3 years. I've met some fantastic people on here, some people I can call friends, and watching them and their recommendations and reviews and things like that has helped me build my own film collection up. So yeah, it's been a great time while I've been here. So yeah, this is a huge pickup video. I don't know how long it's going to go for, but we'll just get into it. It's pretty much the last 5 or 6 months worth of pickups. So this whole stack here, I got off off Facebook Marketplace. The whole stack was $20. There's a lot of, it's mainly like Godzilla films, because I wanted to bulk that side of my collection up a bit. There is a few bootlegs in here, but the seller did notify me of that beforehand. And if they work and play and don't look terrible quality, I'll keep them. But yeah, first one I got off them, which is not a Godzilla film or anything. It's Branded to Kill. I pretty much just got this because it's a foreign Eastern Eye film. I've heard I'm pretty sure Criterion, I could be wrong, Criterion might have released this. I'm not too sure, but I think it's kind of hard to find DVD, so I'll give that one a chance. Here are a couple of the bootleg ones that the seller did tell me about. There's like nothing on the fronts. It's just got Godzilla, can't probably see it, Godzilla there, and Biollante, I think that's how you say it, on that one. I'm pretty sure this is Godzilla 86, I believe, or 84. And this is Godzilla vs. Biollante, I cannot say it. Yeah, they are obviously bootlegs, but if the quality's good, I'll keep them. There's a few more that I think are bootlegs as well. This is Godzilla vs. King Kong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all boots as well from Thailand or somewhere. Just the quality of them isn't there. But the ones that I did get, and this is Godzilla 2000. I'm looking forward to hopefully this one will look good. But yeah. We have the X from Outer Space. This is still sealed. I believe this is just a DVD-R print of the movie for here in Australia. But yeah, another monster / kaiju film to the collection. What do we got here? Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. This is a Region 1 DVD. Again, don't have this one, and I want to add as many to the collection as I can because I'm really enjoying these films. We have Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. Giant monsters all out attack. Yeah, I've heard this one's got probably the longest name in the franchise. Yeah, haven't seen any of these yet, but really looking forward to watching it. Yeah, I know a lot of these too go by different names in different countries as well. We have the Australian release of Godzilla Final Wars, bought out by East and I, which is really cool. Again, haven't seen any from this kind of 2000s era, but it looks like the most fun era from what I've seen of little snippets and things like that. So looking forward to that one as well. Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Again, haven't seen it, but it was a huge bundle. It's a Region 1 DVD. Yeah, more Godzilla for the collection. The East and I release of Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, I believe. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, another cool Australian DVD, which these are way long out of print now. And again, I've still got more, but all these for $20. It was a steal, even if there is a couple of bootlegs in there. Especially with this one here, the Godzilla Heisei series collection, 5 disc, 5 movies. I do already have this box set, but these are recently gone out of print and selling for a little bit of money, so I'll probably chuck this one up for sale and easily get my money back plus some on that one. Then they had a couple of Blu-rays in there as well. This is Peter Jackson's King Kong with a different cover, which is pretty cool. And interestingly, I've never seen Peter Jackson's King Kong. I heard it's really good, so very interested to check that one out too. These last two here, let's move these over. We have Monsters, and I believe this is probably the sequel, Monsters Dark Continent. Both are still sealed. Unsure. I'll probably check them out. I mean, they look pretty cool. Pretty modern by the looks of them. Yeah, 2010. And I can't find a date on the second one, but yeah, so probably like CGI monsters and whatever, but nonetheless, they were in the bundle, so they look interesting. Yeah, all this rest of this stuff is things I've just picked up, over the past 5 months or so, off eBay, all different sorts of sites. First one here is the Disaster Pieces live gig concert from Slipknot back in 2002. I don't know if you're a fan of Slipknot or just heavy metal in general. This is one of the best live shows there is, in my opinion. The energy they put into this performance is it's fucking next level. It was when they were in their prime of, substance and everything else, which probably helped, but nonetheless, the energy they put into this performance is insane. Highly recommend it. Now on to just movies. We have the 88 Films DVD of Zombie Flesh Eaters 2 or Zombie 3. This one was pretty fun. A bit funny and silly as well. Like, it doesn't continue on from obviously Zombie and whatnot, but it was a fun little island zombie film nonetheless, with some cool practical effects and great music in it as well. I got the UK release of Frontiers. Always heard this was one of the, brutal movies made by the same people who made High Tension and Inside. No, it's not. From High Tension only, or Switchblade Romance. But yeah, part of that French Fab Five or whatever they call it. This wasn't as insane as a lot of people make it out to be. There was some gory moments and horrific moments and stuff, but I think it gets talked up a little bit more than what it actually sort of is. Another one that gets talked about being a pretty grotesque movie are Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom. This was a pretty fucked up movie. I don't know if this is like cut or uncut. It's an Australian release. But yeah, I can see the talk around this movie. There's some real, insane sexual content and, pretty gross stuff. Again, I don't think it's as crazy as people say it is. Maybe I'm desensitized to this sort of thing, but yeah, there's some pretty horrific scenes in that film. Next, I've got a couple of WWE DVDs and Blu-rays I got from an op shop. I got Night of the Champions 2015. yeah, I watched WWE from about 2002 to 2007, then didn't start watching it again until 2018, so I missed a lot of this. But it has a lot of wrestlers that I still watched in like 2018, 2020 sort of thing. I also have Night of Champions 2008. So this would have been not long after I stopped watching. Yeah, they still had like the ECW title and whatever that was. It was one of the worst decisions they did. And I got the Blu-ray of the Royal Rumble 2010, which I can't remember who wins this one, but yeah, pretty cool though nonetheless. That was when, yeah, Sheamus was the champion, which kind of baffles me because I don't really think he's that good. But yeah, it's my first, when I checked my WWE collection, the first like Blu-ray I have. The WWE Blu-rays seem to be really hard to find, and when you do find them, they go for like $30, which is, I don't know, insane to me. Yeah, just a bunch of Blu-rays now. We have Platoon. This was really good. Great war film, depicts, you know, what the war can do to people's minds and stuff like that. Really good seeing like Charlie Sheen and William Dafoe in this. I think they both did a phenomenal job in this film. Yeah, it was great characters, great setting. Real kind of downbeat like most war films are, but yeah, nonetheless, if you're interested and you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Next, we have the Pet Sematary remake. This wasn't too bad until the last 20 minutes. You know, I'm sure most people have seen it, but you know, the twist, yeah, it was, I knew it was coming. I knew about that before I seen the film actually, but yeah, I don't know. It was all good until the last 20 minutes. I thought it kind of fell apart. Next, we have Death Wish. This was awesome. I had Death Wish 2, 3, 4, and 5 already, and didn't have the first one. So I held out on watching them until I seen this. And I really enjoyed the whole franchise, actually. Part 4 was probably the weakest in my opinion, but yeah, all of them were awesome. I really liked Part 1 and Part 3 as well, probably the most. Next we have the Wrong Turn remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it. This was okay for what it was. It's definitely, in my opinion, not a Wrong Turn film. But it was okay for what it is. I just don't know why they had to kind of put the Wrong Turn name to it. I know it's like based in the woods, but that's about all it has to do with the first, you know, original series actually. So yeah, not too bad, but if you watch it, go into it not expecting what the past films have done. Next we have Annabelle Comes Home. Probably my least favourite out of the Annabelle trilogy, but had to pick it up to complete the trilogy. I really like the first two Annabelles, but yeah, this one was good, but yeah, not as good as the other couple. We got John Wick 2. This was awesome. A great follow-up to the original John Wick film. Just amped it up with the action scenes and everything like that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched these guys, but yeah, awesome movie, on par with the first one. One that wasn't on par with them was John Wick 3 Parabellum. This was the worst in the trilogy by far. I don't know, it didn't focus much on story, or what story was there was not very good. It was more just about showcasing action scenes and action set pieces more than telling a story, in my opinion. It really weakly told a story, so I'm pretty sure they're bringing out a fourth one. I will watch it, but if it's anything like 3, it's going to be pretty average, I think. Next, we have Godzilla vs. Kong. A huge kind of disappointment to me. I didn't mind the film, but again, it focused on big set pieces, which were okay. I have to say, though, this film had some of the best CGI I have ever seen in a film. That opening scene with Kong in the jungle and that, yeah, I don't know what, but the CGI looked amazing to me in this. The story fell flat. Yeah, and it's more kind of a Kong movie than a Godzilla film, in my opinion. it's worth the watch, but yeah, it's nothing special. And then we have Brawl in Cell Block 99. This was really good. Vince Vaughn played a real badass in this film. Some of the CGI blood looked a bit terrible, but other than that, this was an awesome movie. If you're into like your prison films and things like that, highly, highly recommend it. Then we got just a bunch of, I guess, boutique label stuff. First one we got from 88 Films is Offerings. This is basically a Halloween ripoff almost. If anyone that's seen it, yeah, would pick up on the things that they copy from Halloween. Even up to the score is so similar, it's not even funny. Even my wife, she wasn't even like watching the movie, she was just in the same room, but she picked up on the score. And yeah, there's certain scenes that they just blatantly copy, but it's a funny slasher nonetheless. Okay, and next we have Humanoids from the Deep from 88 Films. This was a really cool release. Yeah, it's got this real nice soft kind of slipcover to it. Comes with a poster and stuff too. This was a really cool 80s monster film. Always heard about it, but I didn't want to pick up the Scream Factory edition because it was too expensive in my opinion. And then 88 Films bought this out and it was $10 cheaper than the Scream Factory one anyway. And it's a nicer edition in my opinion. But yeah, the effects of the monsters are really cool. I love the noises that they make. And yeah, like in the special features, they said that I think there was only like 3 or 4 actual like monster suits in it. They just had to like chop and change all the angles and stuff like that to make it look like there was a whole army of them. But yeah, highly recommend Humanoids from the Deep if you like your creature features. This one from the Italian collection, Nightmare Beach, or I think it's called Welcome to Spring Break is the other name for it. I haven't watched this Blu-ray necessarily, but I have seen the film online. Really liked it, liked the killer on the motorbike. Loved the music when the killer was around on his bike. Yeah, like the beach setting was really cool. It's got John Saxon in it. Yeah, super fun slasher film if you have not seen it. Nightmare Beach. I got a bunch of Umbrella titles now. We have the Australian slasher Nightmares from this new, well, not new anymore, but Ozploitation Classics. This is number 6 from that line. I'm not collecting all of them, just the ones that interest me. But yeah, they come with their cool slips and different covers underneath and stuff. This wasn't a bad film. It dragged on a little bit. But for an Australian slasher, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I can't pass up any homegrown horror movies, pretty much. The killer uses just like a big shard of glass from broken objects, like broken windows mainly. Yeah, it was good. If you're a fan of slasher movies and Australian film, I highly recommend it. This one was really cool. I've wanted this for a while. From the same range, I believe this is number 3. Not Quite Hollywood. The Wild Untold Story of Ozploitation. Goes into the world of Australian filmmaking back in the 70s and 80s and a bunch of other eras as well. So many features on this, so much extras. It was a fantastic documentary, and it even gave me a lot of recommendations on other Australian films to check out as well. So yeah, if you like Australian cinema, Not Quite Hollywood is an amazing documentary. This one's from the Ozploitation Classics as well. It's not part of that numbered range, I don't believe, no. But it's Mad Dog Morgan. When I seen the trailer and they were talking about this in that documentary, I had to pick it up. Dennis Hopper in it. It was just funny Australian. It was kind of like a Ned Kelly story, with a bit more violence, a fair bit of racism. Yeah, it's just so much fun. If it's like, yeah, if you like your westerns and stuff like that, this is like kind of like an Australian western, like guy on the run with a bounty sort of thing. Yeah, so much fun. Mad Dog Morgan. Last Umbrella title, we have the 13 Ghost double feature. The original, which is in black and white, I believe, and the remake from the early 2000s. Yeah, 1960 and 2001. Have watched the 2001, which was pretty good. Not as good as I remember it. There's a lot more that could have been done with that film, but... And then, yeah, the original looks pretty cool, but I haven't seen it yet. I do intend to get to it because the trailer that I watched looks really interesting. I got a cool release from Eureka, Prophecy. Again, I wanted this for the longest time. The Scream Factory Blu-ray was really expensive. And then I heard this was getting announced and released, so had to get it. I believe it's from like 78 or 79. About a giant mutant bear in the rainforest. Comes with a cool slip. It's got that original cover. Has a cool message on, I guess, environmental effects of big chain corporations and things like that as well. There's a hidden message there. Well, not so hidden, but there's a message there about it. The effects are really cool. The characters are pretty good as well. Yeah, I recommend Prophecy. This one from Unearthed Films, I have Gutterballs. Always heard about this. Found a copy for a decent price. Had to pick it up. It's a pretty intense movie. A lot of gore in it. It's meant to look like, I guess, an 80s or 70s film even. There's a lot of grain. The picture quality is not fantastic. It is like an indie film though, to some degree, I believe. I'm not too sure, but yeah. The only thing I really didn't like in this film was there's way too much just stupid like swearing. Like every second word is like fuck. It's just a bit over the top. I understand they wanted to make the characters really dislikable. But yeah, and yeah, it has probably one of the fucking longest, most intense, I guess, rape scenes I've seen in a while on film. It just kept going and going. I mean, it did a good job of making you hate the characters, but yeah, it goes on for like a long fucking time. But the kills in this are really awesome. The twist is pretty cool at the end too. But yeah, just the swearing's a bit much for me. But yeah, if you like slashers, gory slashers, I'm sure everyone's seen it, but yeah, recommend that one. The last of this is all Arrow titles. First up, I got The Woman. This was really, really good. Yeah, I liked it. Like, yeah, I really love this movie, actually. Yeah, about this really controlling father kidnaps this woman that he finds, like, living in the, I guess, the forest behind his house. He lives on, like, a property. And, yeah, keeping her captive and trying to kind of, what's the word? Trying to kind of, I don't know, make her into like a normal person when that's not her environment. Even from the start, before like the dad takes the big turn and everything, like I could tell he was a really controlling kind of person. Like, and throughout the movie, it shows that. The effects are really cool in this. The ending, the very end, was a little bit meh, but overall, it was amazing. Next, we have Cruising. This was really cool. I've heard a few people talk about this one now. And I'm a real big fan of Al Pacino, and I think he just brings like a great performance to any film that he's put in. It is based in the 80s kind of gay nightclub scene, so I don't know, if you're homophobic, you probably don't want to watch this. There's a lot of really kind of, I don't know, not really intense or anything, but like it's really thrown in your face, the gay club scene, and a lot of yeah, men grinding on each other and things like that. But the story was really good. The kills were pretty cool, and yeah, Al Pacino was just amazing in it. And also like the behind the scenes documentary on how they filmed this and the hate they were getting while they were filming it and stuff like that was really interesting. Then we have Don't Torture a Duckling. This was really, really good. It actually surprised me a bit. I've just been trying to amp up my Italian cinema collection a lot. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite Fulci movies, actually. About all these child killings that are happening around, and yeah, when they find out who it is and stuff like that. It would have been very controversial at the time. Won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but I'm sure most people have. Speaking of Italian cinema, we have Dario Argento's Deep Red. This was pretty cool. Definitely not my favorite of his, but it was an awesome movie nonetheless. It does drag, for me personally, a little bit too long. Yeah, I watched this one so early, like months and months ago, I can barely remember much of it, but I do remember liking it. Another one of Argento, we have Phenomena. This one I really, really like. This could be, my favorite is Tenebrae. This could be a close second. It was a surprise to see, what's his name, Loomis in there, Donald Pleasance, as like the doctor kind of guy in it. That was surprising. Just the music in this was so intense. I like kind of her psychic ability with insects and stuff like that. The way the killer's revealed, just, yeah, really like the setting in this as well. Just, yeah, amazing, amazing. Phenomena. Then we have Battle Royale, the director's cut, pretty much like the original Hunger Games. But yeah, this was pretty cool as well. I really liked the filmmaking that they had, all the shots and different techniques they used in this film. It looked really good. Yeah, the violence was really good too. Yeah, just super fun movie. Like, my wife doesn't like subtitled stuff, but she ended up sitting down and watching this with me, and I think she quite enjoyed it as well. So, Battle Royale. Next, I got a couple of Arrow box sets. I got the Vengeance trilogy, which was pretty good. I liked them all. You have like Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which was probably my favorite out of the trilogy, actually. I really like the story about trying to kidnap the rich president guy's daughter, like not the president, the owner of the company's daughter, to hold her for ransom to get the money, and what unfolds in that. Old Boy, which was really good. Yeah, he gets wrongfully accused and gets put in prison for years and years, and finally gets let out. And but though it was probably my least favorite out of the trilogy, even though it was probably the one that gets talked about the most. And Lady Vengeance, I liked a lot as well. About the killings of these children, and then they finally find the guy that's been doing it, and then they get their revenge. It's very brutal, but really good. I really enjoyed the trilogy as a whole. And the final one here, which only came the other day, is the Children of the Corn trilogy from Arrow, which is really awesome box set. Yeah, I love the first movie. This comes with like a poster, a little book, and the first 3 films. The first one's has a 4K and a Blu-ray. So this is like my first, I guess, boutique 4K. The transfer was pretty good. It was still very grainy in some parts, but I'm guessing that's just what they had to work with. But yeah, like it's a big step up from my DVD copy, that's for sure. Still really love the music in this. I think it's one of the big characters within the film, in my opinion. And yeah, just a really awesome, creepy concept. Then we got Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. Haven't seen it yet, but looking forward to it. I've heard it's good. And also Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. Again, I've heard it's really good. Yeah, just haven't got around to watching them. Hopefully I'll get around to watching one of them today. But yeah, that's my massive pickups, guys. And yeah, that's my last video here on YouTube, at least for a long time now. Again, thank you so much for supporting this channel over the years that I've been doing it. I'll still be watching and commenting when I can on people's videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I will leave a link in the description to my Instagram page that I'll be still posting my updates and little bits and pieces on there, just because it's easier and less time consuming for me. But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for the support you've shown this channel, and I'll see you around.